Hola, hola a todos. I hope you're doing well. My name is Estrellita, and I'm a first-generation Latina college and postgrad coach that supports first-generation students through higher education and postgrad opportunities. And once again, I'm so excited for this video. I feel like I say that for every video, but it's true. And why wouldn't I tell you the truth? Today, we're going to be talking about how my university experience prepped me for entrepreneurship. Now, let me go ahead and also share this. When I started in college, I never in a million years envisioned myself as an entrepreneur, specifically a full-time founder, and all the cool experiences that come with it. But you know how life has a funny way of working out, and well, now I'm here with all of you today. And the other reason why I'm happy to create this video is because I know a lot of the time as self-driven first-gen students, we start college with a strong career plan in mind. And then sometimes we end up following different career paths that just feel more aligned for us. So before we officially get started, let's go ahead and talk about CeraVe sunscreen. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't start wearing sunscreen on my face until my mid-20s when I got my first 9-to-5 right after undergrad. And as you can tell from the packaging, I take this face sunscreen everywhere with me and use it as often as possible. All right, so numero uno, the way that university prepped me for entrepreneurship was that I learned how to learn. Now, I actually got that statement from Mark Cuban. In case you don't know who he is, he's a billionaire and is a proud, memorable judge on Shark Tank. And fun fact, I didn't know who Mark Cuban was until 6 months of me being a full-time entrepreneur. I didn't even know what Shark Tank was until my first 6 months of entrepreneurship. Anyways, when Mark Cuban talked about this in an interview, because he was being asked, future aspiring entrepreneurs should go to universities. And with him saying, you go to college and you learn how to learn, you become coachable by other mentors, such as someone like Mark Cuban, that could help take you and your entrepreneurial journey to the next level. And with me personally going to university and learning how to learn, that's where I really developed my critical thinking skills, my problem solving skills, and more my people skills, because that's the thing. In entrepreneurship, we're constantly working with people, whether it's our clients, whether it's with other business owners, the list goes on. And you could be the most hardworking and disciplined person ever, but if you don't have the necessary people skills to connect with others, you just don't want to be in that type of position. Honestly, looking back at my university experience, I wish I would have taken more business classes. I took a lot of communication classes, but because my degrees were focused on other areas of study, I ended up having to learn business entrepreneurship on the go. Ahora, número dos, discipline. When I tell you, I learned so much discipline when being in university. Please believe me when I tell you this. Now, when I was in community college, that's where it really started because I was taking honors classes and I got involved in undergrad qualitative research. I worked with my advisors, different team members to present at conferences such as WPA and APA and so many more. Then I continued working in research when I transferred because I had connected with a PhD student in the communications department to help her. Y luego my senior year, I worked on my thesis. Now, here's the thing. All these projects that I'm sharing with you, I'm not kidding when I said it took so much discipline, because here's the thing. Imagine sitting at a desk and you are looking at hundreds and hundreds of data input on your computer screen, and you are responsible for analyzing it, putting it together so that it could be ready for next steps. And in my case, if something went wrong during the process of me analyzing data, then I would have to go all the way back and adjust it. Believe me when I tell you this, after spending so many hours at a time analyzing data, the last thing you want to do is keep working with that data. And the way that I see that correlate with entrepreneurship is because me and my team, we cold email a lot for partnership opportunities, whether it's us trying to get sponsors for our membership or trying to get sponsors for the podcast. Now, if you know anything about cold emailing, you have to be very strategic, and you spend a lot of time sitting at your desk researching and trying to find the right contact info to send partnership decks while introducing yourself to so many prospective clients, brands, etc. And what makes this process so tedious is that even after you send follow-up emails, there's a huge chance these people may never get back to you, even though you know based on your research, collaboration that you've done with your team, and instinct that they would be a great company to partner with, to sponsor whatever needs to be sponsored for your company. But then that's where your discipline has to come in, to just know it only takes one yes. And when you're analyzing data, same thing. You have to have that discipline to get it done, because once it's done, not only can it go on your CV and resume, but it could potentially get you on the right track to publish papers in academia. All right, número tres, presentations. The presentations that I've done while being in university was a huge game changer for me as now a full-time entrepreneur. I first started giving presentations at my community college on growth mindset using Carol Dweck's theory to first-year college students. Now, little did I know, giving presentations during such an early time in my undergrad career was going to prep me for the public speaking events that I do now as a full-time entrepreneur. I've spoken at so many university events, company events, organizations, nonprofits, and my TEDx talk. And honestly, if it wasn't for my university experience, I don't know where else I could have had a place to just have endless opportunities to give presentations, whether it was for in class or me being involved with clubs and other organizations on campus. Right ahora, número cuatro, group projects. I know group projects, there's so many different opinions about group projects. They can either go really, really well, or they could have used improvement. Personally, I've had a little bit of everything when going through higher education, but with that experience alone has helped me so much in not just my work ethic, but also my reputation. As many of you know, the Cafecito con Estrellita is a network filled with 90,000 first-generation college students and professionals, aka graduates, which means I also have had the opportunities to work with brands for influencer campaigns. Now, here's the thing. When I've worked with these brands in the past, a lot of our communication is done via email. There have been a few times where we jump on video call, just go over briefs, and if I have any in real time questions. But again, most of the time, our communication is via email. Now, when you're working on brand partnerships, there are so many logistics that I didn't even know existed until I started. So that's when you, as the content creator or entrepreneur, has to work closely with the agency and communicate so much, because that will then result in a successful campaign. Because I've learned a thing or two and was really prepped for excelling at group projects. Let's just say that a lot of these previous brand partners have extended contracts with me because, again, I deliver a good work ethic, communication style, and most importantly, I know how to work as a team member, even though I am an independent contractor, aka content creator. All right, número cinco, deadlines. Deadlines. You all know that you need to make sure you turn in your essay by 11:59 p.m. deadline. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes till this day, I will have little nightmares about me not turning in an assignment or a project on time. And then I wake up and I'm just like, oh my gosh, Estrella, you've already graduated, you're good. Now, with university, college, they give you your deadlines. Well, specifically, your professors give you your deadlines on when to turn in projects, when to get work done, so forth. Now, as an entrepreneur, yes, you will have your deadlines when you're working in collaboration with brands, when you're working in collaboration with other business owners. One of the most important deadlines you need to be able to meet are the deadlines that you give for yourself. And that is something very important. So for example, one of the reasons why I was able to go full-time entrepreneur right after giving my TEDx talk was because I was approached with a scholarship to work on my book proposal, to potentially get a literary agent and then a book deal, which we're still working on, you know? Anyways, because I had no idea how to do a book proposal or how that was even going to look, I had to take a few steps back and do a lot of research and learn from a book coach who is a published author herself to actually know what I was getting myself into. One thing led to another, and I started working on my book proposal. I'm talking about researching market strategies, pop trends, higher education trends, and so forth. Now, here's the thing. When I initially started writing my book proposal, I had this vision that I was gonna get it done within a couple of months. But because I was a recent graduate, I was still recovering from burnout, even though I didn't want to accept it. So from recovering from academic burnout and going into writing a full book proposal in a completely different industry I never ever thought I could see myself in, crafting my book proposal took a couple months longer than I would love to admit. But you know, I'm only human. But one thing that got my book proposal done and out on submission to literary agents to review was setting my own deadlines and actually sticking to them. And it was a lot of trial and error, but I eventually got the hang of it because to me, what was most important was making sure that I gave it my all to get this book out, whether it's going to be through traditional publishing or hybrid publishing. Y como les digo, I wholeheartedly believe that if I didn't learn the importance of deadlines and actually meeting them when being in university, I don't know how I would have done it with entrepreneurship and creating my own deadlines and meeting them. My gosh, mi gente, I'm having so much fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this bonus one with you. The way that university helped prep me for entrepreneurship was making sure that when I went full-time entrepreneur, I would still be living like a college student. Because here's the thing, running a company, especially the first couple of years, you really have to live below your means because it costs so much money to not just build a company, but to get it to grow and impact as many people as possible. So till this day, as a proud 29-year-old founder, estoy cocinando en la casa and thrift shopping. All right, mi gente, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please make sure you are subscribed to the Cafecito con Estrellita YouTube channel. Like, comment, it'll mean the world. If you are interested in one-on-one and community-based support, please check out the Cafecito con Estrellita membership. I will be linking it down below. Cuídense y hablamos pronto. Adiós.